Thank you, head coach. Thank you, Paolo. We wish you a great level of success in this Copa America. First, Jorge Fossati, I would like to know what is your take on the preparation days, the training days? How do you perceive what the players are giving so that we can understand Peru in this Copa America? And for Paolo Guerrero, I know that sometimes players don't look at the statistics, but right now you are about to become the top scorer in Copa America with one more goal, the player with the greatest number of assists. How do you feel about that, knowing the history you have with our national team? And well, good morning, everyone. I'm used to saying good afternoon after lunch, and we haven't had lunch yet. It's okay, I can skip it. But the players, what's my takeaway from these days? It's the great attitude of the players, their level of concentration and focus during the training so that they can seize every day and every training in furtherance of improving our game plan. And that is my feeling, honestly. And I leverage on that to be optimistic regarding the tournament. And your question on the outlook or the prospects, we will go match by match in this tournament. Each match is a part of the history that we will write, and I hope that we do this well. We want to modify how we are perceived regarding the opportunities for our national team right now. It's logical that there are not many expectations regarding the national team, but we can revert that, provided we write neatly our history. I said good morning, and what about you? You say good afternoon now. Okay. I'm really happy to be part of this roster. I think there are many young players that will have their first Copa America experience. Regardless of everything else, I think that we have a collective goal. Then, second comes the personal goal. But we all want to have a well-rounded performance in the Copa, and all the young players that are playing for the first time such a relevant tournament. I hope for them that they can build on their strength. We have great players, and I think it will be a great experience for them. Then, of course, we have our own personal goals, and hopefully I'll be able to score and help the team. That is what I want in the run-up, and I hope that I can assist the team to the fullest. Right here, yes. Good morning. Paolo, good morning. Jean-Paul Cuadros from América Televisión in Peru. First for the head coach. 1 hour ago, we talked with the head coach in Chile, Ricardo Gareca, and we asked him about you. And he mentioned that you had met in a match in Uruguay, friendly, when he was coaching Vélez. He said that he respects you very much, that you are not friends, but he believes that you are capable of complying with all the desired outcomes and to face the challenges for Peru. What do you feel about it? Do you think the spotlight has been on the Chilean coach in these preparatory days? And was this an advantage to you? Did that allow you to work at ease? And Paolo, we see that you have a great bond with the coach. Does this allow you to have the level of security and confidence you needed to tackle this type of challenge? Well, it's a pity that you shared that uh, Gareca, uh, gave some words, positive remarks about me. He said that we're not friends. Of course, I don't have his phone number. I don't know where he lives, but uh, we have come across each other, and there is a certain bond or empathy between us. But you can go back and look at previous statements, and I've always said the same about him. And on the second part of your question about people discussing him a lot or talking about him a lot, well, it's normal in Peru. He's very present. Ricardo has made great work leading the Peruvian national team, and he has earned your respect, that of the fan base, the affection and consideration also from the players. So I'm not uncomfortable at all speaking about him. And as I have already mentioned in different occasions, when I was asked about our relation, uh, in football, there is no confrontation on an individual plane. And tomorrow we'll have a match between Peru and Chile, and all the rest is part of the folklore. And it's just an anecdote. Well, to answer your question, it is as you see it. The coach is always teasing us. It's always kidding around, in great communication with the players. I am a very serious guy. Well, but he gives us the confidence we need as players to move around on the pitch. And well, Eugenia Salias from Radio Bio in Chile. We are broadcasting live for our country. Jorge, Paolo. Paolo, we asked Claudio Bravo about the strong attack in Peru, and there has been some speculation that Claudio Bravo could maybe skip this first game. And I wanted to know, what do you see different in Chile, in this new Chile? What are the virtues or positive aspects you identified? Bravo, I think, is a great goalkeeper. He has had great moments in the Chilean national team. He has great experience. Of course, it will make a difference for Chile because he is an incredible player, and he provides the experience that Chile needs with a great number of young players. But of course, I think he makes the difference.
Lo del Chile de hoy, a ver, no hay algo que me llame la atención
But
en el
there's
sentido de
nothing
que
that in particular that
es un Chile
draws my
que
attention
parecido
regarding the current
Gareca,
Chilean national team. It is a
que
Chile
lo aña
in
con
Gareca's
velocidad
style. That is what I saw when they
fuerte
played against
contra Paraguay,
Albany and on France
con
and
determinado
Paraguay.
estilo,
They
que no
have
pasó la semana pasada ni en Chile,
a unique style,
y bueno, lo
and
conserva y lo lleva adelante,
they keep
este,
it.
y me parece que claro, Chile tiene
And of
los
course,
intérpretes que necesita él
Chile
para aplicar su
has
idea
the
y me
players
parece
he
que está
needs
haciendo,
to
está
implement his
habiendo
game plan.
una buena comunión entre lo que
And we
piensa
see
el técnico y lo que producen los
that
jugadores, ¿no?
there is a balance or a
Jorge, Paolo, ¿cómo le va? Qué gusto.
agreement
Buenas tardes.
between what
Eduardo
he
Núñez
wants
por
and the
Radio ADN
players
de
do.
Chile.
Good afternoon, Jesus Lopez from
Quería
Radio
preguntarle,
ADN in
Jorge,
Chile.
si en este grupo
Live, I
bastante
wanted to ask
difícil, usted
Jorge, in
considera
this
a Chile como el
difficult
rival
group,
directo
do you
a
think
vencer
Chile is
derechamente? Y
the
a Paolo,
opponent that
¿cómo
you
te imaginas,
need
cómo avisoras
to
este partido frente a la selección
beat
chilena, considerando
straightforward? And
las
Paolo, how do
caras que tiene
you
esta selección y con
see yourself
ausencias
in this
que es
national
bastante, ¿no es
team
cierto? Como
with
la
the new
Vidal,
faces and with the
Medel, entre
absences such
otros.
as
¿Querés
Arturo
comentarnos qué es
Vidal
lo que está
and Gary
pensando usted?
Medel that you had a
No,
chance in the
sinceramente
past
creo
to play against?
podríamos decir
Well,
en lo previo que hay tres en el
first,
segundo escalón.
we could say
Insisto, esto
that
es
there are
en
three
lo
other
previo,
teams.
en teorías,
So
teorías
this
que
is
vienen
all theory.
agarradas
These are all
de
theories.
el pasado reciente, de estadísticas,
Maybe rooted
y bueno,
in the
si,
past, the recent past, or
si no respetas, digamos que hay en
based
la
on
llave
statistics.
o en el
But
grupo que nos tocó a nosotros está nada
in
más ni
our
nada menos que
group,
el campeón del
we
mundo
also
vigente.
have the current world
Eh,
champ.
por eso digo, en lo previo está un escalón arriba
I
de
think
los otros
that
tres, pero considero que los otros tres,
the other three,
yo por lo menos desde Perú no veo un rival
I
que sea
don't
más
see
importante que el otro.
a lesser or
Creo
greater
que eso sería
opponent.
desmerecer a
I
Canadá
think it would be
este, no sería un error muy
dismissive
grande
of Canada as well, and I think it would be
desconocer inclusive
a terrible
lo que
mistake.
puede hacer Canadá.
And
Eh,
even like overlooking
pero
what
sí
Canada
es
can bring.
importante
So
como primer partido.
I
Tocar a
think
los
it's very important because it's the opener,
sería
whatever
importante
the opponent. Of
conseguir un
course,
triunfo. Me parece
it would be
que sería
very
un paso
important
hacia adelante
to achieve a win
muy fuerte, muy
in our
grande,
opener.
muy grande, y eso es lo
I
que
think it would
aspiramos
be a
más allá
very
de
strong
reconocer
step to take,
las
and
cualidades del rival.
we can never take for granted our opponent. I think it will be a very tight game, a closed game against Chile. They have always been very closed and intense, in particular the first half. Chile has young players, and we also have young players. And I think tomorrow we'll have a game that will be very intense, very close, and we are prepared for it. I see a team that is fit, motivated, and we have great expectations for tomorrow to play, to have a well-rounded performance, and of course, get the 3 points. Yes, the absences are important, but as I mentioned, we have new players that have added more and more minutes playing for the national team, and we need to value their presence. Hello, good morning. My name is Ernesto Carpio from DirecTV. For the head coach, you were very cautious regarding Reina and Christian. Do you think the entire team is at 100% and available? And a question for Paolo. When you started playing for the national team, you might have had some other role models and older players, and now it's your turn to be one of the oldest players. And how do you manage your bond with the new players, with the
Gracias a
youngest
Dios,
ones?
están
Um,
todos.
yes,
26 están a la orden.
fortunately, the 26 are
Aquellos que han
fit and
venido
ready, and
con más precauciones porque así deberíamos llevarlos.
some
o
of them
teníamos que llevarlos.
needed differentiated
No están
treatment and
para un
or
arranque
training,
desde el vamos, desde el primer
and
partido.
they won't be starters
Pero
in the first match.
están para entrar durante el partido.
But
26.
of course, to play, the 26 are well prepared. Based on what I've lived in different qualifiers or Copa Americas, I have taken all the experience of the older players, and now it's my turn, and my role is to make them feel good and for them to enjoy the match and to understand the level of responsibility. And of course, they are great players, but in their own clubs, and they need to do the same for their national team. So I talk to them and I provide my support. Good morning, everyone. Jesús Arias, RRPP. Tomorrow we have the opener for our opener of Copa America, and it's a new edition. Paolo was always on the highlight and in this type of tournament. And what would you like to say to the fan base of our national team that will go to Dallas to play, to see you play, to Kansas and to Miami to see Peru against Argentina? What do you want to tell them that are to the fan base that wants to witness this history? Okay, yeah, what to express to our fan base? I think our fans believe in us. They want to be there, they want to support us, and the Peruvian fan is always present in the ups and downs. And I think now it's our moment to show that we really appreciate that, and they want to see us win, and that will be our goal. We'll do our best, and we will always be trying to achieve a win for them.
Lo mismo. Era para los dos.
Same question. It was the same question for both of us.
Sí, me
Okay.
sumo totalmente
Well,
a
yeah,
lo ya ha experimentado Paolo tantas y tantas
echo
veces.
Paolo's words coming from his experience.
Algunas
I don't
veces
have
afuera,
that level of
no estando en la selección
experience
todavía, lo sentía.
when I wasn't,
Y desde que estoy, sinceramente,
or before being the coach, I was able to see it as a witness. But since I've joined,
no me quiero referir solamente
I
a los que
have been able to experience it and feel it. And I don't want to talk only about those that will be present because they live in the US or because they traveled. Rather, I would prefer to say this to all the Peruvian fans. They're watching from home, because I know they would love to be here and maybe they can't be here. So I don't want to leave them out, and I want to say that we have a strong commitment. And as one of the captains of this national team already said, we will give our best all the time, and hopefully the results will come. We will give our very best. I can guarantee that.
Hola, buenas. Cristian Salas de Chile por acá.
Cristian Salas from Chile. Jorge, I wanted to ask you, the absence of Arturo Vidal was a historical leader in Chile. Are you surprised? Do you think it's an advantage or not for us? And Paolo, you played against a club in Argentina, in River, that has Paulo Diaz. What do you think about him? Because he is going to lead probably in the absence of Gary Medel. What do you think about that? Well, yes, I will say that it surprised me, because he has a great track record playing for his national team. He has been a player, an ambassador of Chile in the world. But that is all I can say. I don't know if it will work in their favor or not. I wouldn't dare to meddle in the decisions of my colleague. In this case, we know there were no injuries. It was a choice he made, and we can only respect his decisions. I could even talk more about Diaz because I know him and I coached him in Saudi Arabia. But I will give the floor here to Paolo to know what he thinks about Paolo, that I know very well. I think that Paolo will also have a hard time. Paulo Diaz is a great center back. I will not praise him because he's an opponent, and I know that he is a great defender as well as Catalan. They are great wingbacks, and I think it will be tough. It will be very challenging for me, for all the forwards in our team. Of course, Chile is a great opponent. We respect them, but we want to win. Last two questions over here, Jorge, Paolo. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Bastián Guiñez Escobar from Independencia Hispana Selección, Chilean outlet. Jorge, do you have the starting 11? Have you disclosed this to the players, or do you still have any doubts? And Paolo, you were briefly describing how you think it's going to be a closed match, in particular the first half. How are you getting to this game? What do you feel about it? And do you think it would be very important to be the first to score? Yes, the starters are defined, but I communicate the team lineup to the players on the evening before the game. So we will gather and discuss the tactical part, and I will confirm the lineup to them. And tomorrow I will reconfirm the team, because you never know. And there can be some last-minute changes, but I mean, the players know about it, or they can have an idea given our training sessions, but today in the evening I will confirm it to them. Yes, as I mentioned a minute ago, it will be a very tight or closed match. The first score doesn't mean anything. We have 90 minutes, 95, sometimes 100 minutes to play, and you can change the outcome. And I think it will be a tough game for both. We know that the three matches in the group stage will be challenging, and we will try to qualify. Esteban Rojas from Agencia France Press. Question to head coach Fossati. In this process of renewal of a national team like this one, is it important to have players with the track record of Guerrero? Because we understand that there's a replacement for younger players, but I wanted to know what you think about these experienced players in a process of renovation. And Paulo Guerrero,
¿Cuáles son tus sensaciones en esta Copa América después de haberte perdido la anterior?
what do you feel after missing the previous Copa America for an injury, now being here? Did you think in 2021, when you were suffering that injury, that you were not going to be able to hop back on this Copa America train? Or well, to me, it is of the essence. Not only Paolo's presence, we have other aged players. I'm saying this with all the respect, and these are experienced players from our national team. Whether they have the same age as Paolo or not, they have been playing for the national team for many years, and it is of utmost relevance so that we can have a renewal process. And as time passes by, you need these role models. And the structure of the team, or the team in itself, needs savviness, maturity, experience, like the ones the Peruvian players can provide, that are active players. Because we have several former players that we could bring them if we were only thinking about experience. Some, I don't know how they value or assess players. I don't know how they do that, because here this player was playing in the Quito League. He was an active player of his team, a very relevant player, and we're talking about 2023, not 2013. And they won the South American Cup and the domestic league in Ecuador. And some people want to see them retire. But I don't know, maybe they are angry at them for a different reason. Well, in 2020, we got to the final. Well, we went to the final in 2011. Well, sorry, 2019. It was in 2021. Okay, 2021. Yeah, yeah. It's the age. Yeah, he's a bit senile. Yeah. I know I was injured, but my mindset was to get better so that I could go back to play football. Not thinking about the national team. I play football today because it's my passion, it's what I love. And I'm not thinking about, I will recover to play once more in my national team. I want to play football. If I am one of the call-ups, that's great. But I've always been a patriot. I love my national team. And as I always say, it's all about my passion. Because some people are saying that I want to be in the national team, but I do this because I love it, and I've always wanted to be a professional football player. And today, at my age, I feel very well. I don't have major muscle injuries. I haven't had any serious injuries in the past. I was able to recover, and I love football. It's my passion.